Well,
That's
you guys
okay.
are-
Nora does.
See right here, it says.
Oh, did you do
not
this?
this one.
Did you post that? Oh no,
I didn't post it.
Okay.
But it says commemorating and encouraging the study, observance, and celebration of the vital role of women in American history. So that's the
Yeah.
encompasses like the whole thing.
So you can go ahead and
Oh, I can.
we'll just.
And I
explain it.
have
Okay.
for the banter. I have about the Duke and Duchess.
Wait,
so, I can
so
start
we're
us
not
off.
live yet.
No, we are live.
Oh, we are live.
We're live on the stream. We're not live on the podcast.
Right.
Are we on the Facebook page?
Yes, we're live on
How
Facebook.
come I can't see?
Yep, Podcast Detroit, and then it's the Nooner Show. I was just
Find
trying to
it.
find the link. I was gonna.
I just got
Either
the live
airdrop
up
it
and
or
running,
text
so
it
it
to
might
you.
take a second to
Actually,
Oh.
load.
Yeah, for it to click
Okay,
on.
gotcha.
Actually, let me turn off the Wi-Fi, see if that helps the situation.
Okay, what were you asking me, Gina?
I have for banter. I have information about the Duke and Duchess to start
Oh,
that off.
good. Okay.
You gave me way too much to do for
Look
this show.
at her notes.
Because you gave me a million things
What?
to do.
Look
Just
at look
pick-
how
just
organized
pick.
she
I know.
is.
I can't stand her. Just pick a couple things, Gina. Just pick a couple things
For what?
for whatever.
No, look at her. No.
No.
Look
Wait.
at the school teacher here.
Right.
Are these
I know.
notes
I know.
color coded? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Wow.
This is going to be my last show.
Oh no, it's not.
You're so sweet.
Look at
She's
this.
so sweet.
Aw, look at
But you
two.
gave me a million things to do.
She always does.
Yeah, how'd you get 4 pages of
Because
notes?
she knows you're
4 pages
capable.
of stuff.
That's right.
You could do it.
You
Thank you.
That's
You can
right.
do it.
Own
Here,
it.
I
Own
can
it.
text it
The
to you.
universe only gives you
Or
what you
yeah.
can handle.
Do you know he's my new best friend?
I know. Yeah, because he brought you pizza. That's why.
Well, you know.
Okay,
I won't
1
tell
minute,
my-
everybody.
I won't
1
tell my
minute.
husband.
1
but, you
minute.
know.
Okay.
And just
1
a
minute.
quick note to our guests: you want to make sure when you're talking on the podcast to be about a hand's width away. So just keep that in mind when if you lean back or turn your head a bit. Perfect.
I got this. You're good.
You're so silly. You're silly.
Come on. You know this is my job. You know this is the only reason why I'm here.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
I got to bring mine. Kathy got me one.
Gosh, Jackie, turn it down.
That was you, Rocky.
Gosh.
Turn your friends
Yeah, but see,
off.
you know how I turn it all the way down immediately? It
I
doesn't
did.
sit there for
Mine's
5
already
minutes on the
down. Did you
table.
see that?
10 seconds.
Oh, is it live? Because I don't see it.
Oh, for the love of God.
I swear to God, it doesn't come up.
3, 2.
Tell me you love me. I need a
Oh, you
good
gotta
laugh.
refresh it.
I'm holy water. You need a good bath. Whiskey
There
and
we
perfume.
are.
You had a nightcap. Now
Nope.
how about that?
Gotcha.
I've got a new
I know, you're
friend.
new to
Hi,
a perfect
Kathy.
stranger. He's got a
I was
photo
just
with your
saying,
name
Kathy
in the
got me one of
chamber.
these, too.
Nobody
Yep.
looking
Oh,
for
Yep.
your
Kathy, I need another
You
one.
feel my
Did she
days
get that for
are
you?
over.
Because she got that for me.
I got that for her.
Guess what?
Gina.
All your excuses.
On my list of many things to do.
But your mouth cannot run my plaster. This time the bitch gets the last word.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Merc.
Hey, Mark. Mark.
Oh, Eric, today is National.
What time is it?
It's Nooner
a music
time.
day, Eric.
Welcome to the
Eric,
Nooner Show with
who are you
J
talking
Dubs
to?
and Rocky.
Eric, he's watching.
We're broadcasting
Eric, how do you know
live
Eric's
from the
a musician?
Podcast Detroit studios
I know
in
Eric.
Rocky,
Eric
Royal
is-
Oak,
he's a-
Michigan.
I know
Be
he's
sure to
cool.
find us at
Oh, okay.
PodcastDetroit.com.
Marching Music Day.
Okay.
It's Nooner time. Somebody bring me a mirror.
Somebody bring me a pizza. We're going to change
Somebody
the
did.
remix.
Somebody did.
A
bring your
remix.
pizza.
We can make that happen.
There you go. All right.
Happy Pizza Hump Day.
Smells good in here.
It
Oh, it
does.
does.
Look at Gene over there. Put it over here. Put it over here.
Does it say stupid up here?
No.
Does it say stupid
No,
up?
you guys are like
She was like, "Don't walk
We
out
are
with
over
that."
there.
We're hoarding it.
We're in that
I know.
corner
We're the guardians.
The
The
guardians.
Okay.
guardians of the pizza.
Yeah.
of the
So-
pizza. Gotta have a
Okay.
guardian when you
Oh,
have
it smells
when you have a number one pizzeria. You have to have a
Yeah.
guardian.
Whoop,
Yeah. Okay, but we're gonna get to that in a little bit. So, what's going on?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Whoa.
Hey,
It's Women's History Month.
It is.
yes.
Yes.
I know.
All day, every day.
for the
of
whole month. yes. Yes.
No history without women.
That's
thank
right.
you.
No
Yes.
future without women.
Without women.
There
Yay.
you go.
And it's commemorating and encouraging the study, observance, and celebration of the vital role of women in American history.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, very
Great.
good.
Because
I
we
know-
played a big part.
Yes.
Always, every
Yeah.
day.
So if you had to pick somebody to showcase, who would you pick?
Oh boy.
Gosh, that's a hard question.
There's a lot of people.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So
It's
many.
hard.
I always got to go with Oprah.
I know.
I
Oprah.
she is just like the GOAT. You know what
No,
I mean? Like,
look, I was
What
gonna
about
say,
Michelle
I was
Obama?
gonna,
Yeah.
I was going to say Michelle, but I was
Uh-huh.
thinking Oprah because
you knew I was gonna say it.
Yes, and because she fell, and I was trying to give her.
Oh,
She fell on stage. Did you see that?
yeah, I did
who
hear
did?
about that.
Oprah
No.
did.
She did?
Her pant leg got caught in her shoe.
Oh,
and
really?
It was a hard fall.
Yeah.
Oh, is she
Ooh.
okay?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She took her
She got a
shoes
lot
off
of
and
money.
went back.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Money heals.
Yeah. Money heals. Who would you pick, Gina?
I don't know, but you know what? Let's talk about a leap of faith in a woman who has taken a huge leap of faith.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex.
Yep. And,
Yeah.
and she can still use that. Like
I'm so confused, so
I
I
know.
didn't realize.
You are so far behind.
Yes,
This
she
isn't the
is.
biggest thing to happen in
Yes.
2020 other than the coronavirus.
They,
I mean,
left, they left the royal family.
Yes.
So Prince Harry and Meghan, they have announced that they are stepping back as senior members of the royal family.
Why?
You know what? They want to have a more private life and do things, raise a family.
and the other part is, Meghan got attacked a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
He was very
And it was
concerned about
more
the scrutiny.
so in England than it was like,
Oh,
all over the
really?
world. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Really bad.
I have the
Oh.
Queen's official statement. She said, "My family and I are entirely supportive of Harry and Meghan's desire to create a new life as a young family. Although we would prefer them to remain full-time working members of the royal family, we respect and understand their wish to live a more independent life as a family while remaining a valued part of my family." So they made it clear
Wow.
that they want to do things their own way. So
Yeah.
they're spending their time between the UK and Canada, and they are going to become independently financially stable.
Really?
So they're stepping back.
yeah,
So what
they-
would you do? I mean,
Their-
talk about a
their
leap
titles
of faith.
have been revoked though. Like their HRH titles, his or her Royal Highness titles have been revoked, which they were salty about. And they, I guess,
Oh, so
Canada.
they wanted the title. But
They wanted to use them, I believe, I don't know, but as part of their foundation and their
Right.
and they're using
yeah,
their
they're not allowed to. And I guess the Canadian government is no longer going to provide for their security.
they have to do their own
Yeah.
security. So they're all, stepping back from all of this
Wow,
means stepping back from the
really?
money, the
Well, you
security,
know-
the people financially.
Oh my God.
You're on the line for
Queen
all of it.
actually, but the Queen actually said that they weren't going to discuss that publicly about the security
Right.
and stuff because,
yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
security reasons.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody is going to know what kind of security. It
yeah.
has.
Oh,
well, I'm sure they'll
gotcha.
still. I mean,
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
they're not coming from nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Wow.
can you imagine stepping back from the financial? That's a huge undertaking to now
Yeah,
be
no
financially
kidding.
responsible. For
People
your
are really
own-
torn about this, though. Like, there are people, like, as I first heard about it, I was like, good for them, get out of that, whatever. There are people who are, like, pissed off
And they're
about
blaming
this.
her.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
pissed off
A
about
A
lot
it?
lot
of
of
people.
people. A lot of people in Britain.
England.
Yeah,
Yo.
in Britain
Yeah.
and in everywhere. It's just
Wow,
like,
has anybody ever done that? I wonder.
I don't think so. Not
Well,
in the.
who was
Yes,
not
the?
in
Yes,
the rest
yes,
of the
they
throne,
have.
Yes.
though.
The king stepped away.
Yeah.
For
I forget his
King
name.
George.
They're doing like a big Royals thing on CNN, a whole
there.
documentary
Oh.
about it, and there was one that
And
stepped
he
away.
stepped- he
'Cause
stepped away from
married
being
a
king.
commoner and all that.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
a movie
Yeah.
star,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, well
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. No, they're not the first to step
No,
away.
they're not.
But and you know
Wow.
what? Let's be honest. Harry is never going to be king. I mean,
yeah.
he's so far down the line.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So by stepping
Right.
away,
Is his brother going to be king?
Yeah,
Yeah,
his brother
he's
will be
first,
king, and
yes.
all of his kids
And all
will be
of his
king.
kids.
Oh, is that
Or
so?
he's
queen,
after that.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
He's way down the line.
Oh,
after
he's
that.
way
really?
down the
Yeah.
line. So
Okay.
good
And
for
then
him.
Yeah.
Leap of faith.
Rocky, it says that they will retain their his and her Royal Highness titles, but they will no longer actively use them. But they still get to keep them.
I think the queen
Yeah.
got to make that decision.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
So
She did. She
confusing.
did that. Yeah,
Yeah.
she just
I'm
did
like-
that.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of stuff is coming out and people are saying all of this other stuff. But if it doesn't come from the queen, we know it's not.
I
true,
don't
so.
understand why people are like, they're so passionate about it.
I
like
know,
they're either
I
like,
know.
so it's like, who cares? Like, why
Yeah.
are you so,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Let 'em live their life.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not in
Right.
direct line. You know what I mean? I get preserving, you know,
Right.
history and those kinds of things, but
Right.
they're not in direct line for that. And even if they were, there's other people who will step up and do the job.
Yep,
it's
be
like,
happy.
Right.
yeah, it's like go
Right.
live your life. It's
Leap of faith.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
They
no
took
kidding.
it. I
Yeah.
commend them for doing what's
Wow.
best
Yeah.
for them. You know
Me
what?
too.
And I
You've gotta-
feel for Meghan though. And Harry's been saying the whole time that it's the same witch hunt basically with the media
Like
as
his mom.
that his mom
that-
went through.
that's why I believe
Yeah.
it was his decision.
I think it was
more
one-
so. Than
I think
Oh,
it's-
I don't.
it was both,
I
but
think
I
it was
think
a
it
joint
No, I think it was his before her,
Right. That's
before
what I
she
meant.
even came into
That's
the
what I meant.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think had
wow.
she not been so scrutinized, I think that maybe they would have stayed for, you know,
Yep.
at least until the queen passed.
Right.
But I think
Right.
now it's
Yeah.
you know, with the I feel bad.
So can anyone apply for that job? Now that it's open, I'll take that title with scrutiny.
I don't want it. Yeah. no,
No, not so
thanks.
much. Not so much. That's not how it works.
You can be the royal highness in our house, Mom.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
that,
And
that
you-
gets
and-
me a lot.
and you have to eat fish and chips and mushy peas.
I could live with that.
Mushy peas.
No. Mm-mm.
No, you
Yeah.
couldn't.
How
You
about-
like
you're
to
the
cook
queen.
too
I'd
much.
have pizza.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
How about today is National Pound Cake Day?
Yeah.
It is?
Yes,
It
yes.
was the best.
And I bought chocolate pound cake.
She didn't even know, and she brought chocolate.
Wow.
No, I didn't know.
Oh my
She didn't even
gosh.
tell me.
Her pound cake
Is
is like
out of
gold.
this world.
you.
Yeah.
It's like gold. Now, I don't think I've ever had the
You
chocolate.
haven't. That's
no.
like my first couple of
Oh,
times
really?
making it. So.
Oh,
yeah.
John Paul's gonna be bummed he's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say
We got
I thought for a second.
Pizza and pound cake.
I thought for a second you were gonna say you were taking some home. I was like, no, you're not. Like, guy's not gonna leave this room.
Speaking of John Paul, it is also National Sons Day.
Is it?
It
Oh.
is. It
Wah,
is.
Wow.
Rocky cheese.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, National Hug a GI Day.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'm going to go find one. No,
Yeah.
Typically, I know.
Stand outside.
They
Right.
say
Are you a
typically GI refers to Army personnel, but on this day it is to encompass all who have served in the
Aw, that's
military.
really
That's
nice.
cool.
National
And
GI
finally,
Day.
one more because this is important to my near and dear teacher heart. It is National Grammar Day.
Oh.
Say what?
This day encourages people to speak, read, and
gosh.
write with proper grammar.
I am so pressure is on.
The pressure is on.
Not
I'm
really.
sitting too close to her. I feel like she's gonna get a ruler and like hit me.
Where are
Like
your
I
notes,
might.
Rocky? Because look at this. Come on.
Yeah.
see
My
what-
notes are
National
right
Grammar
here.
Day.
Hi-
National
hi-
Still
highlighted.
misspelled
Yeah.
pepperoni.
I cannot spell.
I can't either.
for the life of me.
Okay, you know what? You gave me a lot to do this week.
No, I didn't. But look how well
It's
organized.
so
this
organized.
is.
You
isn't it?
did.
She makes us all
I
look
think you're
bad.
going to have a lot to do.
Even
every
you,
week,
Jackie,
'cause
with
look
your
at you.
list. With your, even you.
She gave me a lot to
great.
do though
Yeah.
this week,
And
so
you-
I had
And
to
you
keep it
did it.
organized.
So I'm so proud of
You know what? I didn't give you anything to do. You text me and you say, "What about this? What about that?" I'm like, "Yeah, great.
Yeah,
do it.
go
Yeah,
for it.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's how this happened.
I think it did.
Yeah, go for
I don't
it.
think that's
Do it.
how
Remember,
that
you only get what you can handle. That's what I always said. So
I'm out.
right.
You're out.
no, you're
I'm
not.
done. I'm done. No, I'm not done. I have more, but we'll stop for
Okay,
now.
we'll go
That's
ahead.
it for now.
You sound like the Shark Group, you know, that Shark Tank.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well,
I'm out.
it is also National Reading Month.
It is
Your other teacher,
my
yeah.
other teacher topic. It is in honor of Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss.
yes.
Easy for me to say. March is designated as National Reading Month.
Green
to
eggs and
celebrate.
ham.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, reading is, great way to celebrate, regardless of your age. We all have favorites. I just recently read a book called The Silent Patient. It is a psychological thriller.
Ooh.
It was so good. It had so many
Really?
set in London, plot twists, and
Oh wow.
excellent books.
You know,
Silent
I
Patient.
like to read, but I don't read a lot like I used to.
I do too. I like to read, but I don't read a lot either. Yeah.
I used to. But
Dr.
it's
Seuss
like
is my
now-
favorite author.
Yeah.
Just because I love him. But and yeah, no.
I need to get back.
I'm obsessed with Dr. Seuss. She actually just got me a big Dr. Seuss poster for my room because I'm obsessed with Dr. Seuss. I know it's so funny, but he was like a severe introvert, and that's why I loved
Yeah.
him so much. He wouldn't go to school
Right.
visits because he was afraid he was going to let people down with
Right.
his. He thought they were going to expect some eccentric,
Right.
character of a person to come in. And he just wasn't that way. Like he was
Right.
just so
Yeah, I
low
read
key, and I was like, oh, I love this man. Like,
Yeah.
I relate to that on every level.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, isn't that
All right.
interesting in
Yeah.
how he built his
Such-
brand
yeah.
without the internet?
Yeah. Well, not only without the internet, and then it's self-published. He's a self-published author. He had so many rejection letters and people said your books are never going to make
Yeah.
it. Now he's one of the greatest authors
think
of
it
all
was like-
time. And he started
Was
his
it
own
like
publishing company.
27 rejection letters or
Wow.
something like
Something
that?
like that. And he but he also helped other authors become published authors because he took on a bunch of
Wow.
other people with his publishing company. So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
he's the GOAT.
Yeah. What do you like to read when you do read?
I like to read true stories, like
Oh, do you?
autobiographies. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really on that.
Mm-hmm.
I did get to see the lady that plays the grandmother, and I don't know why I can't think of her name right now. In Blackish, the show that comes on ABC, she was at the Whiting. She did
Oh.
like a little mini tour. And
Oh,
she had a
cool.
book there
Like
and
a
everything.
meet and greet type
Yeah,
thing?
and the book was really good. She sang a little bit and then she
Oh,
told some
wow.
jokes and stuff. It was really interesting.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so I got the book, and I'm when I do start reading, I'll stay up all night and read the whole book.
Really?
I don't pace myself.
Wow.
That's part of the reason why I don't read as much because I can't
Yeah.
put it down.
Can't put it down. That's how I was with this silent patient. I
Yeah.
couldn't put it down. It was so intriguing. It just like I had a hard time putting it down. Just
Now,
kept
is there a
going.
movie? Or
I'm sure it
something?
probably will be.
Maybe it might make a great. It probably would
Yeah.
make a
I'm
great
sure
movie.
Sounds like
It'll-
it.
it'll
It was.
be
It
a
was
movie.
like I said, psychological thriller with great plot twists and like you don't see it coming. And
Well,
it was
all right,
very
tell
good.
us the ending.
Nope, not telling you. You should go read it.
Yep.
You should go read it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right, is it time to get ready?
Yeah.
Is it time
All
again?
right.
Time to get ready.
Hope you get inspired to take a leap of faith. Don't forget to subscribe to The Nooner Show wherever you listen to podcasts. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at The Nooner Show. Our show today is sponsored by The Parlor in Hadley, Michigan, a music-themed pizzeria where pizza rocks. And also check out Happy Days Records and More, a new music/clothing store, and so much more located at 1801 West Genesee Street in Lapeer, Michigan. And from the makers of Dope Water, if you can be anything, why not be dope?
Why not be
right.
dope? This segment is designed to showcase the stories of talented individuals like yourself who had a wish and found a way to make it happen. They set goals, overcame obstacles, and turned setbacks into comebacks. Their stories are unique, interesting, and most of all, inspiring.
I am so excited about today's show. I'm hungry today.
I know.
I'm always hungry, but today, do you know that over 5 billion pizzas are sold all over the world each year?
Wow.
9 billion.
That kids ages 3 to 11 prefer pizza over all foods for lunch and dinner. Also, people like me.
So that's not only
Yeah, 93% of Americans eat at least one pizza per month.
Yeah, true.
That's 100 acres of pizza a day, 350 slices per second,
Wow.
an average of 46 slices or 23 pounds per year for everyone in America.
Wow.
You like those numbers, don't you?
Wow.
Keep them coming.
I know. I got more. I'll save them for later. But our guest today, he took the ultimate leap of faith and purchased Sicily's Pizza over 20 years ago. With an open mindset and a willing to learn on the fly, Ali Baidoun has become an award-winning and self-made entrepreneur and has been keeping it real since 1989. He has been acknowledged and awarded for his contributions to the city of Detroit. Sicily's Pizzeria was just recently voted number 1 in
Yes.
Detroit, and we are excited
Yes.
because he brought us presents. Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Oh,
It's so
No,
nice being
thank
here.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for
Pretty
coming
cool.
with pizza in hand.
I know.
Well, first of all, congratulations on
Yes.
being voted number one.
Thank you.
Are you a competitive person?
Not quite.
No?
Not in that field.
No?
I'm, maybe like in like sports or cards, but not when I'm making pizza.
No?
No, I truly like to I'm very thoughtful when I'm making pizza, and that's something that came up recently, where I am more about individual product than about the mass production and all that stuff. So I'm very focused. I'm truly tuned in, and it's almost like a spiritual experience for me making.
Really?
Yeah, truly. And this is something that it hasn't
Wow.
always been such. For the longest time, it's been just a business. But
When did it change?
about 3 years ago,
Was
then
there
you-
something that happened?
you get older, and then you say, hey, you know what? I'm making pizzas for the rest of my life.
I better learn to like it.
I've liked it. It has
Yeah.
always made a good living for myself and my family. But you say, and then you reach a point where, you know what, good is not good enough anymore. You want to go for greatness. And just believe it or not, just
Wow.
like in music, just like film, just like writing a book, just like sculpting, if you're not really, really spiritually into it, that might sound corny, but
No,
it's
I think
truly-
it sounds
No.
awesome.
You really
I
cannot.
do
You
too.
cannot really crack that next level.
Wow.
You have to really be really into it. You have to be very hard core in what you're doing because you are making bread and you're making food for people to eat, and then just delivering volumes of food wasn't the business concept that I really want to be into anymore. Because Sicily's, that's how it was geared to be a delivery location.
Okay.
Make food really fast, deliver it really fast. That's why I always say we've always made a really good pizza. But 3 years ago, I told myself and my group, my team, my coworkers, if you will, that hey guys, good is not going to be good enough for me anymore because we need to be great. And then that's how things
Wow.
start evolving. And
Now let's go back to when you first got into it. What made you go this route?
I'm an immigrant, and I'm looking for an entry to any opportunity that just like the groups of immigrants that immigrate to this great country. I'm looking for an opportunity. So there's not many questions are asked. I'm gonna let you in on immigrants' mind when there's an opportunity. Hey, can I do it? Can it be done? Can I acquire it? And that's frankly what happened. And that's what happens in most of immigrant businesses that you all interact with on a daily basis, I'm sure. People see an opportunity and they're able to raise a certain amount of funds through maybe friends funding or family funding. There was no before crowdfunding. You see family, maybe you have a little bit of equity in your small house. Maybe you have a line of credit on your credit card. A couple of friends that you grew up with each have $5-6 grand that will loan it to you. And then you put a small amount of money together and then you dive in head first. And this is exactly how it started. I saw an opportunity. I was 20 years younger than today, and I had a lot of energy. And usually, in small communities, it's your word. Say, hey, I need some money, and then your friend knows you're gonna pay him back that money. It's not an option. It's not like a do or die. But yeah, okay, because it's just a cycle.
So you had close friends like that you could just approach.
Yeah.
And-
And reach out
Wow,
to
that's-
loan me.
that's
that
wonderful.
happens. Actually, that
Yeah.
happens every day in small families and small communities.
I need one of those.
I
things.
know. That's what
I don't
was
have
gonna
any of
say.
those.
Yeah.
And then many young people today in this country, unfortunately, I don't want to be critical. I'm here to have
Yeah.
fun. Don't know the value of delivering on your promise.
Right.
Yes.
You
Follow
see what I'm
through.
saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very critical, and that
Right.
goes a lot with upbringing.
Right.
You see, and then,
I agree.
For instance, I borrowed so much money on my credit cards. I paid it back. My friends, I paid them back. I had some money saved, and that's how. So you know what? And then, if I don't dive in and then make that purchase, I would never have the opportunity to own my business. 20 years ago, my location, Southwest Detroit, was going through a really rough transition. Any Detroiter knows, just like many neighborhoods in Detroit, depressed,
Right.
and people that had been in business for years were ready to migrate the city,
Yeah.
the big
Right.
migration of Detroit.
Right.
And then there are people like myself, there are many of them, that found an opportunity. Price is right, business is right. It's a little bit challenging, a little bit tough. There's a little small element of danger.
So you weren't
delivering pizza till midnight or 1 o'clock.
you weren't worried about having a business, having people there to
I wa-
build a business when
Right.
people were leaving.
I wasn't
and-
even thinking about it.
You weren't?
So that's youth.
Well, let me
Yeah.
ask you.
I was looking at looking. Oh, okay, I can make that much a month.
Oh, okay.
But how, where, when, all these small details, which are big details now.
Yeah.
For me right now, if I'm gonna dive into any other venture, these are things that I would
You would look at it all
sort
different.
of
Right.
put down on a piece of paper, and then maybe 9 out of 10 times I'd say no, I don't want to do it.
So,
Yeah.
so you didn't sit down and just do a business plan or anything like that. You were just like,
Business
I have,
who?
Right.
But I think that's youth.
great story. Yeah.
It
Wow.
really is.
It truly
It is. It's youth. You
It
know.
is truly.
You're
Today
young.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
No, but when you're young, you think I can do this. Anybody can do
Yeah,
this.
but it worked.
Absolutely.
It did.
But
If you believe in yourself and you truly deliver on your promise, and it's gonna happen.
How
and
did you
commit.
develop that mindset though, to believe in yourself
Yeah.
and in
upbringing.
yeah.
I totally believe it wasn't a mindset. Also, again, a mindset, that's something new I've learned after reading and listening about it.
Yeah.
But this is something that's part of your DNA. That's who you are, your identity, and then that's how you're brought up to make sure you go out and use your hands to do stuff, get it done, work 20 hours days. When I first immigrated here in '87, there are some days I worked 24 hours. And again, that's not unique to myself. I don't want to be. It's not no bragging rights here. This is the story of immigrants and many poor families that you look around. It doesn't even. It doesn't have to be an immigrant. That some people that are brought up and to work hard and don't have the opportunity to go get a really high education. I still went and I did pursue some education. I went to college. I did pursue some learning, but still you had to work long hours. You have to support yourself. You have to bring yourself out of wherever you are. It wasn't poverty, but it wasn't where I wanted to be.
Right.
I would never say I had lived in poverty. Even when I was back in old country in Lebanon, I did not know what really poverty was. We had a house to live in. Clean.
You had a good life.
It wasn't clean, warm. Had a great set of parents, and my father always provided to us. But it wasn't the life that was offered here. This is totally different level.
Is that what brought you to the United States?
Yeah, I'm just like many immigrants / migrants. I'm Lebanese from Lebanon, which is a war-torn country, and not much opportunity. And then we had the opportunity to immigrate here. So I did immigrate here through my father in '87. My father never really stationed here. He was here, and he was an older age, so he went back to home, if you will. And then me and a couple other siblings, we stayed here.
Now, did they get involved in the pizzeria as well?
I've had a younger brother involved and my older brother. We were all involved in that. One of them moved away, and then my older brother is still at the pizzeria with me as we speak.
Now, the pizzeria wasn't open that long before you got into it, right?
It was opened in 10 years prior to me acquiring it.
Oh, it was 10 years.
stride.
Okay.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it was already
It was
going.
It was an established business. It
Yeah.
was an established and vibrant business. It was, again, back in that period, not many national chains were open in the city. The city has always survived on independent small
Yes.
businesses
Yeah.
Right.
that opened and delivered pizza, and delivering in the city, in a neighborhood, was not something popular for big companies.
So, what made you choose pizza? Did you see this business and say, "Oh, maybe I can work here," or were you looking for some kind of business?
I
And
was
that
look-
just happened to be the one.
Great question. I was actually looking for some kind of business.
Okay.
For any light. And this light came through a gentleman that I knew. It was it wasn't a close friend, but it was a friend of mine, and he was ready to leave the city. He was ready to say, you know what, I just don't want to operate there. It's becoming really demanding and rough. And I was young, and the price was right. The terms were right. I could get in on a land contract. I could acquire the property, actually, not just the business.
nice.
And then when the business was sustainable, so there was some calculation that went into this. Is if I take that debt and I dive in, could the proceeds that come in from that business
Take care.
help me pay that note and that debt? And then the numbers looked really good, and that's why I even stayed for 6 months before I closed on the business, because the numbers were good, the numbers were real, the money was there, but it was very physically and mentally demanding place. For the first 2 years, I was there 7 days, 16, 20 hours a day, every day, every
Wow.
day.
Wow.
I mean, nothing has much changed.
I was going to say, and what's changed now? Yeah.
I've actually, since the last 3 years, I've made it a little bit more, not complicated, a bit more challenging for us, for myself and my crew, because we wanted to do, we are a lot more focused on quality than quantity now. We want to sell a lot of pizzas, don't take me wrong, but our goal is to make sure that every item we make, whether it's a sandwich, whether it's a pizza, whether it's a salad, it has to bring a customer back, or a friend, or a neighbor. If that product we send out is not going to bring us someone with them, it's not going to be our ambassador to the house, we don't want to send it out.
Right.
Of course, we're not that perfect. We will drop the ball some days. We will mess up. We will make a mistake. We will not make that such a great product that we would love to reach for and make every day, but we do try our best. Perfection is just for the ultimate being, for God. It's not for humans to achieve. But we will
good.
definitely strive for perfection.
Yeah.
Humans strive for perfection, all of their lives.
Right.
Of course, we'll never
Yeah.
reach it, but
Right.
but
Right.
striving is
Right.
what matters.
Wow.
Did it take you a long time to get the crew together, like a good crew?
That's a good question.
About 20 years.
Wow.
But I started with an existing crew at that place, and I had some challenges since I was the young, new proprietor, operator, owner, whatever, and I had some tests to my ability to
Yeah.
survive. Of course, people want to push you around, test you, and that's again a human nature. But through the years, you bring some people in. You have to bring your own new guard over old guard.
Yeah.
And there was some friction, but we somehow mitigated it, and through a lot of patience, not so many patient days, some, back and forth,
Yeah.
some tug wars.
It's hard because
Yeah.
especially for you wanting to, have really good food and you want to put all of that out into the community, but you have to have the people that feel the same way you do.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
You are as good as your work, your teammates. I don't
Right.
like to call I've had people with me for 17, 18 years. I work
Wow.
Oh,
Really?
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a testament to you.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
really. Why do you think they've stayed that long?
We throw down on the line with them just like they do. We're not sitting in our office. I have work shirt like they do. I have the same color apron like they do. I toss and sauce pizza. I do dishes. I mop the floors. I close some nights when their nights off. It's my night to close, and I close. When I have the pizza station, I'm the pizza maker. I want to make sure that line is cleaned and stocked when I leave, just like they have to do it.
Okay.
And then I have to do my own dishes. If the driver's running late, I'm gonna mop the floor because if they're running late and deliveries, and you want to give them a hand, and then we're just working together. We're not just out there to. We're not big enough to have a beverage manager and a general manager. We're just running. We're a very small business, and that's why we're able actually to make such a great pizza, because everybody's on board. And then whatever we want to feed, I know it's a cliche. Many people use that word, but whatever we want to feed families, we want to feed our family. It's it's that simple. It's a simple metaphor, but it's really hard to put together, like you stated,
Yeah.
to bring people on
Yeah.
board.
Right.
And you constantly have to remind your people. You have to do that. You have to remind yourself sometimes that that's what we do here. That's why we do it. That's what we want to put out. That's how we want to bake it. That's how we want to package it. If it's not okay for you, why would it be okay for that gentleman or lady across the counter that's going to take it
Right.
home for their kids?
How do you what do you look for then when you interview somebody?
I look for commitment and passion. Technique is always
Can be taught.
can be taught. We can teach somebody that really want to learn to make pizza in about a month's time. If some of my pizza, associates and people in business hear me, they might not like that. But say, oh, you want to take 5 years or something? I could teach somebody and trust somebody with the pizzas if they're committed in about a month's time to make a pizza, because we make everything by hand. We don't have sheeters or presses to form the dough like a lot of fast-paced places.
Yeah.
We want our pizza. Our pizza is very delicate. It's like it's barely touched. We don't beat it down. We don't, so it can just
my
almost
God, I'm
melt in
hungry.
My
your
mouth
mouth.
is watering right now. I'm like, oh yeah.
Smells so good in here. I mean, if our viewers could just smell the room right now.
So we don't want our dough to be abused, if you will. Just like if any of you are cooks, just like a meatloaf or a hamburger, you don't want to like
Overwork it.
Yeah.
never. It'll be chewy. Same thing with dough. You have to be low and slow. Everything. Just take its time. Let time be an ingredient.
Oh.
It is absolutely, and just like barbecue, you cannot cook a shish kebab the same way you cook a rack of rib or a brisket. It takes a long time. So these are things that you learn to feel and live, and really become a part of you as time goes on, and it takes a long time to really kind of be part of the sum, and the whole thing becomes one.
Wow.
It's not something that you can just jolt on a piece of paper. I'm not saying it's not possible, but
Right.
for me, it's not something that you can jolt on paper and then pass the paper to the next, cook and tell them, hey, that's what I want done. It's something you have to really feel.
The way you just described how you do the dough and all of that, if you were on but see, even now, everybody's like, I'm sure people that are listening are like, oh my God, I want some of that.
You can hear, you can feel the love.
Yeah.
Right.
Your
Yeah,
passion,
right.
you're passionate, you're coming through, and the
Yeah.
love and
Yeah.
everything. When you started back in '89, when you first went to go work there, with the idea that maybe you'd buy it, but you didn't set out to buy it originally, but to work there. Did you know much about pizza? Because you
Did
hadn't
you eat
been
pizza?
here,
I
You
did
hadn't been
eat,
here
I did
long.
eat pizza. That's about it.
but that's about
Yeah,
it.
but I've always been a home cook. I did work in different restaurants also. I had a bus station as a busser. I did dishwashing. So I did hold a couple of restaurant jobs. Plus, I did cook at home. I cook a lot, even now I do. And then this is something that I came in, and it wasn't my mindset to be a pizza man, not at all. That would not be a true statement whatsoever. I just said, you know what, it can be done on a fast pace. The place had about 3 good pizza makers there, 3 grill people, couple of phone people, a manager that had been there for years. And then I had a good idea as how to run a business. And I said, you know what? Hey, what could go wrong?
How difficult was it?
Famous last words, right?
What could go wrong?
How difficult was that though to come in and because when you do take something over, you want to have your thumbprint on it. So to make the change and to get everybody on board, or did you end up weeding people out, or did they weed themselves out?
Frankly, people
question, too.
did weed themselves out. I was challenged. I was yelled at. I was cussed out. But again, I even though I was 29 is not really young. I was a grown man when I took it over. I just gave up my age. So I was challenged by the existing managers.
Sure.
But the first thing I did is I set up some systems. I brought in a computer station for taking orders so I could control shrinkage, for instance. I did demand some checks and balances. But the place had so much tolerance. Like, it was a busy place. And then, again, as long as I could be paying my credit card bills at the end of the month, save some money to pay people that I owe them money. And I was, you know what, okay. But people were challenging me for asking them to use the computer, for asking them to be accountable.
Yes.
One big challenge, believe it or not, is for instance, not to bring alcohol to the place and drink after hours. There are some things that I thought that would
That they got away with
that,
before,
and
right?
then that would
Yeah.
bring a little bit more order to the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these are ideas that I have had and I've learned. And then some people liked it and stayed. Some people just felt that their authority is being challenged, and then they left. Some people had to be let go. And, some drivers stayed, some drivers left, but we were bringing people in.
But see, you came in and you stopped the free pizzas thing. That's what happened.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. That's part of business everywhere. And then
yeah.
just it's okay. Sometimes you have to look the others. It's not really a big problem anymore.
No.
But,
Yeah.
Is there another pizzeria, whether it's like New York or New Jersey or Chicago, that you have like not tried to model your business after, but maybe you got some inspiration
Oh,
from?
absolutely.
But-
There are even in Detroit, there are so many great pizzerias nationwide that inspire you. A great friend of mine in Portland, Oregon, it's his pizzeria called A Pizza Shoals. His name is Brian Spangler. He's one of the best bread makers in the country.
How'd you meet him?
I've met him online. I've met him in Vegas. There's a national pizza convention in Vegas that happens every year.
Can non-pizza
we-
people go?
Absolutely.
Can the hungry like me?
It's at the end of this month for 3 days every
Oh,
year.
wow.
It's
And
like,
you go to that
oh yeah,
every year?
absolutely.
I wanna
It's-
go.
It's a great opportunity to find the best suppliers, the best
wow.
tomatoes,
That's
the better
great.
cheese, and that's what we go for. We go for best.
So I do want to fast forward a little bit because you said 3 years ago there was a shift in you, and what kind of inspired that change where you needed more?
Actually, I have another business I operate, which is I was focused on for a while. As a businessman, you focus a lot on the bottom line, and what really pays you better.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's a career for me. I'm an entrepreneur. 3 years ago, I came back full-time to Sicily's. I wasn't full-time at Sicily's. My younger brother was actually managing the daily operations. And then I was made to come back to fully manage the restaurant. He had to move on to better things in life. And then as I came back full-time, the operations they had existed for many years, which is again fast-paced, boxing, bagging, delivering pizzas, wasn't really the ideal situation for the product. We wanted our product to be scored and viewed at the level that is, because we know what kind of product we have. Of course, we're in a house, we're behind that oven, we know what we put into that food. But once you put a pizza in a box, in a bag, certain pieces, you deliver it to your house. It doesn't matter how good it is when it leaves your store. It's not as good when it arrives. It's never a fair comparison. And then also social media and internet has really affected and changed that business. People could really zoom in on you, and then you are, if you want to call it a micro marketing. People can really see an individual making a cake at home or making some scrapbooks, whatever. People see the pizza maker, the bread maker in the country. And then we thought it's time for us to be showcased and given the proper respect, if you will, not in a competitive way, that, hey, these people know what they're doing. And I know personally I have the skill and the knowledge. Plus, I have the network of people around the country and around the city to even assist me to achieve what I do. That pushed us to say, hey, you know what? It's time for us to really bring people in here, show them what we do, tell them what we do, because in this business also a lot of secrets, secret recipes, secret mixes.
Yeah.
We don't have any secrets. It's all the way out there. If you're willing to work hard, we'll teach you how to do it. It's no problem at all. And then we thought that's what pushed us also to add a dining room. We are building we are building 45-seat dining room as we speak next door, so people could come. People like you or like our neighbors, like our friends, from far and near, come to us and then eat that pizza out of the oven and truly experience the delicacy that it is. I can't speak enough of how good that pizza is because I know what goes into that product, how clean it is. There's, for instance, our flour is never bromated. I don't know if you guys know what bromate is. Bromate is a chemical that goes into flour that makes it stronger. It's totally outlawed in Europe in many countries. It's called potassium.
just
We
give
don't
us
use it
anything
here.
here.
Our flour is non-bleached, so it's all clean flour. We use natural ferment, which is a sourdough starter, to ferment our dough. We don't use, so it's really light, very easy to digest. Many of the gluten issues right now that people are experiencing is because how much the industry has really messed with the flour.
With the flour.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It's
Yeah.
over commercialized
Interesting.
way too much because flour and wheat have been around for about 20,000 years now. All of a sudden, people are starting to having these issues with their
It's
stomach.
the genetically modified.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our flour is non-GMO. Our cheese non-GMO. Our tomatoes are non-GMO. So all these things really, when they go into the mix, into that product, and you bake them properly, you're gonna end up with a superior product. It might not be sweet enough, salty enough to some tastes, but if you look at the whole, it's a really, really excellent.
Now, how,
product.
Oh, no, which I was going to say, which is amazing hearing you say all this. And your pricing is not, it's competitive. It's not exorbitant compared to anybody else. I mean, it's comparable to what you pay for.
Absolutely.
So that's
it's the blessing.
amazing.
It's the blessing of owning a building, to be frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't own our property, there is no way
Right.
we can support this pricing. It's not possible.
Right. Oh,
Let's say if we had general manager running our store or a chef on the helm of that store. Well, I'm quote unquote, I'm a chef. I have another chef working for me, my coworker. That we wouldn't be able to afford. A similar pizza like us is, for the small pizza, is priced double, and many famous restaurants around Detroit. 10-inch pizza is priced for $15, $16. And then if we look at the base, because we know the base, we know the product, it's the same base, maybe not even as good as our base. But again, it's a blessing of us owning the building, being there for so long. We don't pay rent. We don't pay.
so you can afford that then to do.
Pretty much we are the owner operators
Yeah.
of that place, and that's how it is being done.
And you put it out there, but many happy returns, and look what you get back
Absolutely,
for
absolutely.
you know,
We
doing
have a
it
cult.
that way.
We have like a cult following, and we were very pleased when we were named one of the top in Detroit, and then we were
Yeah.
voted top. We were like,
Right.
you know, somebody saw this place because, frankly, media and press nowadays are looking for the new cool guy or cool girl, whoever it is that opened a restaurant or boutique and we are just an old geezer. We're somebody that's been around for 20 years. I mean, what do these people have to offer?
But I saw the news clip out of 7. You were number 1. And there were
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
well-known
number one.
pizzerias in
Right.
Detroit
And
that
we
you made you
were-
number 1.
Right.
That was truly flattering. We were
Yeah.
so blown away by this.
Wow.
And that's something that speaks volume.
I want to
yeah.
try some of this award-winning pizza.
I
Can we
know,
pull
let's
out?
go. Bring that out.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna go get some plates or napkins.
they're
or-
up on. I don't know if you can reach them up there in the cabinet.
I'll use my hand.
Yeah. You just eat. We don't need plates, Rocky. We just eat it right out
Whatever.
of the carton. Huh.
Yeah, pizza.
So, how did you find out that you were number 1?
We were placed on the ballot.
Okay.
Part of, and of course, when
Who
we
did
were-
the voting?
It's general public.
Oh,
and
okay.
anybody that has a cell phone. pretty
Okay.
much. And then, of course, hey, when we were placed on that ballot, we were just, whoa, you know what? Somebody finally. But we had been, prior to that ballot, we had been a lot more visible. We have made it to a lot of best of lists, like Eater, it's in
Oh,
Detroit.
nice.
So, and a lot of reviews and such. So, of course, hey, we picked it up and ran away with it.
Yeah.
We sent it to everybody we knew. We sent it to our customers. We posted
Yeah.
on our door. Of course, because this is something that we really
That's
took a pride
huge.
in.
Yeah.
It really is.
Oh my God.
These look
We're just,
amazing.
we're just
Wow.
drooling. I'll
Yeah, hold on. I
Yeah.
think we gotta show the camera.
Yeah,
though,
show the
while
camera.
we're here because
Yeah.
this is like this. Is
Everybody
not
at
fair.
home's
You
going to
show
be
that one,
drooling
but not,
here.
this one I'm taking with me.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we got to put these up to the camera. Oh my gosh,
This
Look
is
at
that
that.
is the
What is that a meatball?
that's got the
God, this
meatball.
one
Yeah.
is like-
Oh,
Listen,
man.
I studied this menu.
Wait.
Homemade meatballs, all veal,
What is that?
Really?
all beef pepperoni, provolone, mozzarella,
Wait, the meatballs
That's the
are
that's
veal?
all
the
veal, 100%.
that's a
wow.
Sicily, right?
The Sicily.
See,
Now, that,
2 thumbs up.
there we go.
that's
I
That's
studied.
not your family's not
my
from
family's
Sicily.
northern. No, but the Sicily.
She's
no,
trying
because
to
I
score
studied.
brownie
No, no,
points
no.
here.
I studied the menu. The Sicily. I did.
now what's the name
Provolone
of that
ham,
one?
homemade style meatballs, pepperoni, red onion, and green pepper.
Okay, so
but
what's-
that's not that
what's
one. That's
this
this one. That one. Here's the Sicily.
She's getting like
I am.
getting wild here. Just
Here
go
we
ahead
go.
and eat a pizza.
No
Go ahead and
kidding.
start eating
This
because
is
you
the
look like
Sicily.
you're getting
Which
dangerous
one is that?
here.
I am.
I think this is the margarita.
It's the margarita.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's my favorite pizza of all time. So
We make ours with actually pesto and basil. We spike that.
Do you
So we
really?
get that really
And
deep.
this is the
margarita.
pepperoni,
Not just
traditional
basil.
pepperoni. Okay.
Well,
here, I'm
Oh,
gonna
look,
do
look
that.
at she's.
Pepperoni?
Look at I'm
Now,
throwing
did
my
you
notes.
see the veal meatballs there?
Oh no, this is the pepperoni. I need to say. I'm
The,
taking this.
Cup
the-
and char pepperoni, classic.
the veal? Oh my
that
gosh,
looks beautiful.
that is beautiful.
That is
These veal meatballs.
beautiful.
But bring it back because that one's mine.
oh my gosh.
Bring it
Okay.
back.
Listen,
you
if
guys-
this weren't
we have a
trivia
show
night,
to finish,
Okay, we're
guys.
doing the
I know.
show.
We might. be a
Ali,
little
you
late.
made a big
No,
mistake here. We're
okay.
never going to get this
Wait,
done
let me-
here
let me- I
because
gotta show them.
now they're
They
fighting.
gotta-
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
I gotta get some pizza.
All right.
Margarita.
what's your favorite?
I'm a pizza guy, so my favorite is plain cheese
pizza?
margarita.
Margarita.
All day
Margarita.
long.
Want a
And I-
margarita?
Yeah,
Pepperoni.
that's-
When you
that-
ladies
I
were
will.
saying
when we're
people
done, I'm gonna
people
have,
eat
I'm
a
gonna
pizza
have
a month, I'm like, what's wrong with these people?
it.
I have to have
Probably
pizza.
more.
I have to have a slice or two of just about
Yeah.
every day.
Here,
That's-
pass it
Cheese
around.
pizza.
Go ahead.
Okay. So,
Here, you want to? You guys want to offer
so I told you guys I
our
was
new
taking.
host
Yes.
a piece of pizza or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm gonna.
Yes, she can
I'm-
have some.
So we know James Lipton
Mm-hmm.
from the Actors Studio, inside the Actors Studio, passed away.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
And-
I hadn't heard.
Yep,
Yeah.
he passed away
Couple
this
days ago.
Yep, this week. And he always asks the same 10 questions. It's a famous thing at the end of every single one of
Yes.
his interviews.
Oh.
So I thought I'd bring out James
Yes.
Lipton's 10 questions
Yes.
Oh.
for the end here.
Okay.
Well, wait. Are we? What? Why? What time is it?
We got 10 minutes left.
Oh, we
but
do?
I want to ask them
15
to everybody. So we're
Time
going to go around.
flies.
Each one
Well,
of
I
us are
know.
going to do.
When you're eating pizza.
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
we're eating our pizza.
Okay. Well, can we real quick
Yep.
before we do
Yep,
that?
go ahead, J-Dub.
So, if somebody else wanted to start a pizzeria, what is the most important advice? What do you think people really need to know to be successful, whether it's pizza or something else? You said you were in another business as well. What's the key to success?
For me, I have come to learn after 30 years in business that if you don't love what you do and then you don't do what you love, you will go just so far. It
you
doesn't
just
matter.
can't do it for the money.
It's so difficult.
Yeah.
So difficult. And of course, making a decent living at it helps a lot too. At the end of the day, this world, money is the grease of society. You have to
Right.
be able to make a good living. But to make a good living, when you start young, your footprint is smaller, your liabilities are smaller. So go ahead, spend as much
Do it.
time and money on yourself to learn. Learn exactly what you're doing. Make sure you can afford what you can do if you want to open a business. And then make sure you have the greatest team around you. But love what you do and do what you love. I believe it's really critical to
Yeah.
reach the next level, to break that ceiling, to go really outside the hemisphere. You need that
Wow.
fuel, just like
Yeah.
a rocket. If you don't, and the fuel is passion.
Yeah.
If you don't have it,
Well, you
it's-
definitely have passion. What keeps you going? I mean, having running a business for over 20 years, how do you keep that passion alive?
it's truly exhausting physically and mentally. Some days you just stagnant, you can't, but you just have to keep your eye on the prize.
What's the prize?
My prize is my family, to be frank with you.
Okay.
I want to make sure my family is successful and healthy and well fed and taken care of. And on a personal level, my fuel is doing what I love best, which is right now it's been making pizzas for the last 3 years.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say for the last 20 years.
Well, oh my
for
God.
last
I know.
time.
This is amazing.
Yeah,
They're
he
well
does
fed
so
with
good.
this.
Will you encourage your kids to become entrepreneurs?
I tell my kids they can be whoever and whatever they want to be, and my input on their lives is strictly as an advisor and a motivator. Sometimes it's a carrot, sometimes it's a stick, but strictly as a motivator. And I'm a very old-fashioned father. Again, I'm an immigrant, that I've learned a lot from my father and my family. So my tolerance level is not as great as a mainstream society.
You actively parent, and I commend you for that because that is not
Actively
easy
parent, right?
in this day and age.
Yep, that's
and then,
true.
And that I give a lot of credit to my lovely, beautiful wife that she's there 24/7.
Great.
She does not take a day off.
Yeah.
We don't go out for dinner without them. We don't go to a family event without them. We just encourage them to be active and good in school, be good humans. Don't bully. Don't be bullied. Don't give people S that you don't want to take. Don't take S from people that you don't want to give, and just be good as you can. I'm not a drill sergeant. My wife isn't either. For us, morale trumps success every day. That's our
Wow.
golden rule.
That's beautiful.
That's what we're not striving to have science, rocket scientists or professors or doctors, or which is, hey, if they are good for them, I tell them it's good for you.
Good
At
people,
the
but
end
good
of the-
people.
Absolutely, but you have to be decent humans. Make sure that you're remembered for who you are, not for what you are. And
Wow.
I think as
That's
a business
great.
owner, so many people could take a lesson from you. But I think as
Yeah.
a human being, people could
Right.
learn from you too.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As a father, as a friend, as a husband, I
Thank
think
You
they
should
could
be a
learn.
motivational speaker.
Thank you.
Yeah.
so,
I was
too.
thinking that too.
Seriously.
Thank you.
For
Can't bring your pizzas though
entrepreneurs.
because people are gonna be eating those. And
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah. They'll be eating and sleeping.
and drooling. And
Yeah. What? Do you have any plans on expanding or
45 seats.
Well, I mean, opening up a second maybe, or
My immediate concern and complete focus I'm totally been submerged in is opening my Sicily's 2.0, if you will. It's gonna be our new look, our new feel, I've told a friend of mine and that I want to be my pizza theater where I could just make pizzas and enjoy people eating it at the location and the setting and I have that image in my head
yeah,
to make it come alive. Once that comes
Wow.
alive, then we will look at it and see, is it feasible to duplicate that same thing again
Right.
without it being a strain on our personal life?
right,
Again,
right.
I'm almost 50 years old. I have teenage girls. I have a young baby. I spend way too much time at work.
Yeah,
But I do have the support at work and at home to do that. Not many people do have that.
right.
And then if we feel that, hey, we could duplicate it and then have it go on at the same level,
Right, because
we
that's
would do it. We
what's
definitely-
difficult.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are totally content and happy where we're at. We have a great neighborhood, great customer base. I have an amazing group of people that assist me do what I do.
Wow.
Until then, I can't really speak of that.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't think I've ever met anybody in the food business as passionate
Yeah.
as
Thank
you.
you.
Like you can just, I can
You
taste
feel
the
it.
pizza.
Right,
That
I can
pizza
taste the
was so
passion just
effing
smelling
good.
it. I can
This
smell the
pizza is
passion.
so good.
I know you guys are. All right, Rocky.
All
go
right, so
ahead.
we've got James Lipton's 10 questions. I want everyone to answer them, but we'll obviously start with you. So, what is your favorite word?
Love.
Love. I would go with that too. That's. I'll go over to you,
Oh.
Gina.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
I'll skip to
Mouthful.
Jackie. What is your favorite word?
Timer? No.
I'm setting a timer.
My favorite word's going to be hope. You always have
Okay.
hope.
Ah, there
Oh,
you
that's a
go.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Mine
I'll take
is
that
happy.
one too.
Happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's yours, Jackie?
Oh.
I'm not accepting the timer
Yeah,
response.
no, I guess I'm going to say faith.
Faith. Okay. What is your least favorite word?
discrimination or hate.
Oh,
I'm definitely gonna go with hate. That's
yeah.
I'm gonna go with no.
okay. That's a good one. Yep.
I'm going to say hate.
Okay.
I'm going to say biatch.
Okay. What turns you on?
Ooh.
I'm gonna answer for all of us. Pizza. Yeah. Pizza. Move on to
Pepperoni.
number 4.
What turns you off?
Bad pizza.
Bad breath.
For me, arrogance.
Arrogance.
Oh.
When
Okay.
somebody
that's a
builds
good
a
one.
wall,
Yes.
That's a good one.
I don't know. I don't understand. That's something
Yeah.
that I've read a lot and I've learned. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I just don't understand how people just when you first meet them, you see that wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I truly don't. I have failed to understand that.
Yeah.
Whether people with
So have
suits,
I.
with T-shirts,
Yes.
Right.
with basic people,
Right.
not so
Yeah.
basic people. You see that sometimes. That's the biggest turn off.
Yeah.
Right.
I think cruelty, just like people not being nice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Gina, what's your biggest turn off? Besides bad pizza.
Bad. Besides bad. Just people who are not nice. Who are
Yeah.
I agree. Just because
Just mean. Yeah.
yeah, mean.
Yeah. Entitled people.
I can't say.
You can say. It's a free spirit. It's a free space.
Some clients.
Some clients.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So, what sound or noise do you love?
The laughter of children.
Okay. Sound or noise that I'm gonna skip to this one for me and go to you, Gina.
I think laughter. Just a happy
Yeah.
laughter. I love to hear people laugh.
Nora's laugh.
Yeah.
Nora's laugh.
Nora's laugh.
definitely.
My granddaughter, my little eclipse singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I honestly, it's just so weird. I love my sister's laugh.
Yeah.
Olivia's got the cutest little laugh, and when she's laughing at John Paul, for some
Yeah.
reason, it's different. And that to me, I just love that. What sound or noise do you hate?
Police sirens.
Oh, yeah.
Unsuspected ding or a phone call.
Yeah.
I hate when knives are being sharpened. It's like, ugh, I hate it.
Chalkboard.
Oh, I
sound.
knew she was
Yeah.
going to say that. I knew it.
I loved whiteboards when those came into the classroom.
I'm going to say the fire alarm when those go off.
Okay.
I hate that noise.
Let's see here. What is your favorite curse word?
I work at a kitchen.
And we'll leave it at that. right?
The F word's my favorite curse word for sure. Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
Kitchens are very active.
You learned some new words. You got some other languages going on there, don't you? I
Favorite?
don't think I have one.
No,
No.
Jackie.
Favorite what?
Curse word.
Yeah, probably the F.
Yeah.
Biatch.
Yeah.
Just don't call it to you.
All right. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I would love to be a pilot. I would have loved to fly.
Okay. All right. So someone go other than me. I got to think about that one for a second.
You know what? I don't know.
A singer.
Yeah. I want to be a court stenographer.
A what?
A
Court
court
stenographer. You don't even know.
I would be a
No.
lawyer.
I want to be a court because I get to hear it all. I get to.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You're just nosy. You're just nosy. That's it. Yeah. No, I don't. You know what? I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's anything that
Yeah.
I think of.
I don't know. I
What
think
about
I would,
an artist for you?
yeah.
'Cause you kind of are an artist.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, I have an art degree, and I've
She could be a
participated.
pearl designer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
really.
you go.
I in college I had pieces in an art show and that kind of thing.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. I think maybe like a doctor. I don't know. I feel like I would have been.
Holistic doctor,
Yeah,
probably.
like a holistic doctor. Let's see here. What profession would you not like to do?
I was, prior to being a pizza maker, I'm a hands-on mechanic, auto mechanic. I hated it.
I don't think I'd like to be a first responder.
You
I don't-
would, or
I
you
would
wouldn't?
not. I don't think I could handle it.
Too traumatic.
Yeah, it would be
probably.
way too traumatic for me. What about you, Gina?
I don't know. You know what? I think it's anything that would had to do probably with like gore and like you.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't want to be a stripper.
Good
What
to
are you guys
know.
laughing about? What are you guys laughing about?
I think I want to be a stripper.
Where's that pole?
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh, wow.
You made it.
No- Yeah. Good to see you.
Yeah.
I would say, hey, I wanted to see you for a long time.
Oh.
You know
I'd-
what? Yeah, good to see you.
I'd want him to be like Netflix password, Wi-Fi. There you go. Go ahead, Sheena.
So you're saying, what would we want God to say to us?
Yes.
Your glass of wine is over there. Red or white?
Oh, I said mine already.
What?
I made it. You made it.
Oh,
I didn't think you were gonna make it. No.
God would say that to you?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Gina.
Go ahead.
I think he'd want just to say, good job.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you did something.
Yeah.
You did what I intended you to do. I guess is probably what I
that
would want
would
him
be,
to say for me.
Yeah.
You got Gina all upset.
You would
Yeah.
not want him. I would not want him to say.
We're not talking about what you don't want him to say.
You
We're only
didn't
talking
fulfill
Yeah.
what I put you
Yeah,
there for.
so that's why we're not talking about
Yeah.
what you didn't want.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all
Okay.
right.
All
Well,
right.
I didn't want to end it on that, Gina.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So we'll end
This
it
is
on
cool.
our fortune cookies.
well, first of all, Ollie, congratulations
Yes.
Thank
on
you
your
so much.
success. Yes.
We support the decision for
Yes.
Detroit's #1 pizza.
Yes.
So,
Definitely.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thanks for having me.
And
that
so
was
Thank
that
you.
was a blast.
we
We're
had-
kind of fun, aren't we?
Yeah. Looking
We,
forward to come back here.
Well, we'd love to have
Yes.
Hang out and
We'd
You know
love
what?
to
I'd
have
love
you.
to do the show.
Yes.
When you
open
get
the dining
open.
room.
When you have your
open the
grand
dining
opening,
room.
can we
Yes.
broadcast live from there?
Absolutely.
Okay,
That would
because
be
we will.
fun.
Okay,
Actually,
just
I'm
for everybody,
looking forward to see you guys.
let's. We have the link. The address is up on our Facebook page,
I have it here too. Hold on.
and you can order online.
We're in Southwest Detroit, Mexican town,
Yep,
3554
Mexican
West Verner.
right.
Yep.
And the website.
SiciliesDetroit.com.
Okay.
And it's a
Great.
great menu. Oh my gosh. So many pizzas. The Italian Job, the Bad Hunter, the Angry
Italian
Bird
Job,
Ranch,
love it.
barbecue Hawaiian chicken,
my God.
firework, Greek pizza,
Wow.
the Sicily Greek garlic lovers,
Yeah.
and
that's
more and
got my
more
name
and
on it.
more.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Okay.
So we're going to read our fortunes, and we will say with Sicily's Pizza
Okay.
at the end of them.
Sounds.
So I will read
wonderful.
mine. It says, you will travel and come into a fortune with Sicily's Pizza.
Wow.
Good things will come to you in due course of time with Sicily's Pizza.
No
The
need.
margarita pizza.
No need to worry. You will always have everything that you need with Sicily's
Pizza.
Pizza.
I believe
Yeah,
that because it's
me
made
too.
with love.
Yeah,
it is.
Real love. Luck is coming your way with Sicily's Pizza.
Your future will be happy and productive.
With
Sicily's
Sicily's
Pizza.
Pizza.
Very good. All
Yeah.
right.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. And you are listening to The Nooner Show. Don't forget to subscribe to The Nooner Show wherever you listen to podcasts. You can follow us on Facebook and like us on Instagram at The Nooner Show. And our show today was sponsored by The Parlor in Hadley, Michigan, a music-themed pizzeria where pizza rocks. And also check out Happy Days Records and More, a new music/clothing store, and so much more located at 1801 West Genesee Street in Lapeer. And from the makers of Dope Water, if you can be anything, why not be dope?
That's right.
And remember, sometimes the only mode of transportation available.
Is the leap of faith. Thanks for taking a leap of faith and happy
And margarita
hump
pizza.
day. Yes, and we're getting ready to eat. So we're going to turn these cameras off because we're diving in.
Yeah, we
I
were
want the
delicate.
cameras on. I
Yeah,
want
really.
You want the cameras on.
We delicately ate the first
Right.
piece.
We're good. Thank you again.
Thank you, guys.
everybody.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
stuff.
Thank
you.
Beautiful
Thank you.
stuff. Thank
We're going to get some pictures.